Alrighty, as promised, we are back Tuesday, 8:59. So we're a minute early here on the East Coast. You guys supported the last one on Monday night. We appreciate you for doing that. So as promised, we did offense last night. We will do defense tonight. Hope to get all the way up through to and through Mark Webb's interception there, I believe, right at the start of the fourth quarter. After that, kind of really nothing to watch. So prior to that, whole bunch to watch. I thought Auburn, that offensive line, four new starters. It looked like they had four new starters. They were significantly overwhelmed in this football game. And to be honest with you, Georgia didn't do a whole lot to try to confuse these guys. They pretty much just lined up and played football and did it really extremely well. We told you in last week's episode here on the film study, we broke down Auburn, told you kind of the keys to victory. A couple of them being communication, controlling your personnel, playing with high levels of effort, and having quality depth. I thought you saw all of that on Saturday. So if you had the chance to watch that Auburn breakdown last week, you knew exactly what you were going to see against Auburn this week. I know people told me that Chad Morris, new offensive coordinator, is going to look totally different. So to be honest with you, I saw pretty much the same football team. I thought they did some different things with their tight ends just a little bit, but it wasn't earth-shattering difference between last year's team from Auburn and this year's team from Auburn, apart from the abysmal offensive line play that we saw Saturday night in Athens. This offensive line from Auburn, man, they're going to have struggles the rest of the year. For them, it wasn't even mainly just getting beat, manhandled. A lot of it was missed assignments from those guys as well. Some of the same stuff we saw from Georgia in the first week. So, guys, feel free to rattle in your comments as the night goes on. I will tell you this. I'm only really going to take super chatters. I've only got time for those. So those people that throw those in there, we'll address those immediately. And I'm thankful for you doing that. For those who don't know, that's that little money sign down there. That's how you guys really support this show, other than just being here. We appreciate you for being here. But as you can tell by the way I do these things, this takes a lot of my time. Okay. I'm up after these things until 12:30, 1 o'clock at night, grading the next film session. I've got to go right into grading and looking at Tennessee tonight and all through the morning tomorrow. So that's how we support this show. That's how we keep these things moving. And there'll be some further announcements about that moving forward. But without further ado, man, let's get right into it. Here we go. First possession of the ball game for Auburn. And you'll see, man, Georgia does this quite often. They do this motion stuff, try to confuse people, and really just trying to create false starts. A lot of people think this is crowd noise. Sometimes, like Notre Dame, the crowd noise certainly helps. But I'll tell you this, when you're in your first road game as an offensive line, a collective unit, when people do that right there, it's going to cause some false starts. As you saw, the right tackle moved right there. So that one is on the defensive line and the formation shift. Now, the next one, I believe, is on Georgia's fan base. Georgia's, 21,000 strong or whatever it was in the house. That the next one we're going to see right here is all on them. So you want to talk about starting out rattled. Look, there's not much movement here. They do a little bit, but right tackle's already up and out. So, hey, look, my wife's jumping in. She's in there laying in bed. We just put the baby down. Hey, honey, thanks for watching. Anyways, so that right there is all on the crowd noise, even though, again, 21,000 fans, still louder than heck. They're inside Sanford Stadium. So that one's all on the fans. The first one's all on the motion and the shifting from Georgia, creating a little confusion. Boom. Now, first possession of the game is 1st and 20 for Auburn. Now, here's the thing I don't get. I believe I counted these up earlier today. I might have missed this guy. Let's see here. 1, 5 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they do have 11. I counted 10 earlier today because of that right there. I just didn't count the tight. But either way, not a great start to the first possession. And then 1st and 20, you're forced to just throw the ball outside and really nothing. We talked last week about pursuing, right? I thought Georgia's defensive line pursued and played with effort all throughout the night, not just to start this football game. Look, Malik Harrion running folks down right there. That right there, to me, is all about, coaching effort throughout the week, telling these guys how important it is to pursue the football throughout the night. Let's get to 8:57 is the next one. We're not going to go play-by-play I'm going to just show you the highlights of the stuff that I like. Now, this is a third down package that Georgia, typically brings in. Last year, it was a combination of Nakobe Dean, Trayvon Walker, guys like that, Malik Herron, Adam Anderson, guys getting on the field that were really, pass rushing specialists, guys that were incredible athletes that they could play all over the field. Well, this year, they've just upgraded it a little bit, in my opinion. Right here, you'll see Nakobe Dean. That's Tyreek Stevenson, Jalen Carter, the true freshman, Trayvon Walker out here, and then Azeez Ojulari. Sometimes last year, Ojulari would come off the field right here. They would sub in Jermaine Johnson, who obviously up heading into this football game. It's a shoulder, folks. I don't know how healthy he's going to be moving throughout the season, but it's probably something he's going to be dealing with for quite a while. The person I want you to watch here is number 7. Now, one thing I don't know if I'm too hot about, I loved the body composition that Stevenson played with as a true freshman. Thought he was long, thought he was lean, a real athletic specimen, a guy that could play all over the field. Now, to me, it looks like, especially on tape, I don't know what they're listing him at, but it looks to me like he's gained 15 or 20 pounds. I don't know how I feel about that, just because to me, it looks like he might have lost a step or two, but with what they're requiring him to do, play a lot more in the box this year, it might be necessary. He came in more as a traditional corner, but could play everywhere. Now he's doing stuff like this even more at a higher rate because he's on the field a lot more. But watch it. He's going to start in backside A gap right here on the hash. Okay, remember that. But this right here to me is a great scheme from Georgia. They're going to drop these two guys out. It's going to be a 4-man pressure all from the right side shade of the center all the way through the tackles. We got 4 guys over here with really only 3 offensive linemen. Now, what Carter's going to do is he's going to draw the attention from the guard or from the center, take him to the right side. Trayvon Walker is going to press B gap and attack the guard. Azeez Ojulari is going to attack the outside shoulder of the tackle, and boom, Adam Anderson is a free runner now inside into the quarterback. Now, Bo Nix is one of the best in the nation right here at doing this kind of stuff, just evading pressure. Before we get into the pressure, look at this play by Tyson Campbell. You want to talk about a heads-up football play right here. This ball gets batted into the air, and he's going to swipe that thing down. That is a heads-up football play. Shane is absolutely correct here in the comments. Tyson Campbell killed last week, and we're going to watch most of the great reps he had. We're even going to address the pass interference. That was a tad bit questionable, but there's some things he could clean up in terms of his technique. But we're going to address that too. I think a lot of that's how they're coaching guys up at the cornerback position. But watch it from the tight. Okay, remember I told you Stevenson's in A gap right here on the hash. There you see the 4-man surface versus the 3-man surface from Auburn. You got Carter, Trayvon Walker, Azeez, Adam Anderson lurking right there. You've got to know as an offensive line that these dudes are coming and know who's the personnel that's going to drop, okay? If a linebacker number 17 standing over you and number 7, a defensive back standing over you, odds are they're probably going to be the ones dropping, especially if these guys are the ones coming from the field, all right? Auburn doesn't quite get it picked up, and what you're going to see is, boom, look, Tyreek Stevenson already dropping back with his eyes on the quarterback. There you saw what I was telling you about with Trayvon Walker taking the attention of the guard and pulling him in. Anderson's got a free shot, but doesn't quite land it. But look who's there to make the play in the alley. Number 7, who was just lined up over the center. That's the type of stuff, man, when you're watching Georgia, that's the stuff that impresses me the most. Obviously, the athletes are great. To me, it's the execution, how well they're coached, and just the versatility that they have all across the field. And again, you see the great play there by Tyson Campbell. But it's also, to me, it speaks a lot about these pass rushers when you watch them. These two guys know that this is not designed for them to get to the quarterback. They know that this play, this blitz is designed for Adam Anderson to get to the quarterback. So instead of, trying to be selfish and win their one-on-one or hit an inside pass rush move, they are setting up the offensive line to fail. Did you see the hesitation from Trayvon Walker? How often do you see that from a defensive lineman in a pass rush? Look, he's popping up, hesitating, and then inside moving that guard, so the guard takes with him, and it opens that gap up real big for Adam Anderson to get in there and get a quarterback pressure. It's a team game, right? You got to help your teammates out. Now, you're going to see us skip through a lot of this stuff tonight because Georgia's offense was on the field a ton Saturday night, and Georgia's defense was not. I think Auburn had maybe 2 or 3 first downs in the entire first half. So it was a long night for Auburn on offense, but you guys already know that. I'm here to tell you why it was a long night. We're going to 2044. And, last night I know I was a little hard on George Pickens, but tonight I don't think there is any of that to be harsh on. I think all these guys played with great effort, and they played with great execution and well coached up as always. Here's what I'm talking about when I talk about pursuit. This is going to be a designed quarterback draw from Bo Nix. It may look like he's just scrambling, but he's not. And here's how you know. Watch the center. The center is going to release up right now. Boom. Tailback out, going to get his guy. Running back out, going to get his guy. Now, the thing that ruins this play is Jordan Davis and Devontae Wyatt. Okay? Watch these two jokers. Jordan Davis right here, Devontae Wyatt right here. Watch the pressure and the push that they get on their guys. Boom. They've reset the line of scrimmage completely. Now, I know these guys are pass setting just a little bit, trying to get guys upfield, but Devontae Wyatt recognizes the quarterback draw real early. Watch him rip inside. Now he's going to toss his guy inside, get back into the open lane, and get a tackle. Jordan Davis ends up getting the full tackle, and they're playing with a whole lot of energy, folks. Obviously, it's early on in the football game. Now, very next play, another design run from Auburn. I believe this is a quarterback power that they're about to run right here. Send the back in motion. Yep, quarterback counter, actually. Not even power. They're pulling the backside tackle. But here is what you guys need to see. This, to me, is the epitome of Georgia's defense. They squeeze. We called it turn and spill, but these guys don't even turn, okay? What turn and spill is when you see your guy down block, the defensive lineman turns down the line of scrimmage and looks for the pulling guard or anybody like that. That's not what Georgia does. What Georgia does is basically a squeeze and spill. So what you're going to see is Nolan Smith, boom, he's going to squeeze the space, recognize there's a pulling guard, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to stymie that joker right into the gap. Bam! Okay, now what's going to happen? This play is designed to hit in B gap right here, but that guard's getting his crap shoved in. So Nolan Smith has just made this play, and he makes the tackle because Bo Nix can't bounce outside. Now, the only reason he can't bounce outside is because Nolan Smith has his outside arm free. You see that? That whole half of his body, he can't get outside because he knows Smith's going to tackle him anyways. So he counts his losses and gets out of there. I think this is what Nolan Smith, I didn't expect this. I expected this guy to come into college and be a great pass rusher, right? To be able to get after the passer and really bend the edge and do all that stuff. What I didn't expect to see, even as a freshman last year, was him to play with this kind of physicality against pulling guards and set the edge as hard as he does. Even last year, he did it at like 225, 230 pounds. This year, he's closer to 240 and is really getting the job done out there. Let's see where we're at now. Slip protection, watch number 17. I think. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we're at 22:03. All right, sending the back out. So what this does is when they send the back out and go empty, everybody's in man. Nakobe Dean has to run out there. Now, Bo Nix, say what you want about the guy. He's starting to figure it out in terms of pass protection. Now, he played like dog doo-doo on Saturday, but how else do you expect him to play when he's getting rushed like he is? Look, third down package in again. Adam Anderson now onto the field. Now, what Bo Nix identifies is, we've told you this on this channel for a long time now. This alignment right here, dead giveaway for number 7, blitzing. So what's he do? He slides the protection to his right, very similar, or to his left, very similar to what we saw Stetson do the other night. And now he knows the hot is Adam Anderson coming off the edge. Now, the reason I said watch Nakobe Dean here is Nakobe walks all the way out here to this running back who ends up running clear across the field on this deep over route. And you want to talk about athleticism. Watch how in stride Nakobe Dean is with this joker when they come back in the screen. There's a little bit of space there, but he is a linebacker, folks. He still forces the incompletion. So even when you don't get it licked up, now that's a brutal hold on that left side that they got away with. That's bad. I don't know how they missed that. But yeah, man, you want to talk about sliding your protections correctly, even when you're right, you're wrong kind of thing right here. Now, Anderson gets him later, but he missed a couple of these opportunities early, as you can see. But hey, that number 10 from Auburn, say what you want. He's pretty daggum good about avoiding pass rushers. We're back into our skipping mode here. We're going to 32-29. How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday evening? Everybody doing good? I hope so. We don't have very much of an active audience. Where's everybody at? Y'all doing good? So I feel like I'm asking, like the teacher asking questions in class and no one answers. We're going to 32-29. Thank you, RF Walk R Jr. He's doing good. Appreciate you. I always forget to add the comments up on the screen. Thank you. He's doing good. Gold star for him in today's participation award. Why are we going here? Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Got a question from Joey23. Why did he whiff on that sack? Bo Nix is a good football player. Enough said. I mean, he obviously could have unzipped his feet. He could have done all that stuff that we talk about, but when the game's running this fast, sometimes you miss, man. I mean, again, those side are pretty daggum good football players as well. James Barfield already knew what we were going to talk about. Yes. Check Nolan Smith out here. Now, again, this is why I say that you can tell me Chad Morris is the new offensive coordinator, all that good stuff's all great. But the formations, the plays they ran, the pace in which they played with, the MO of their offense, what they were trying to do, it was all the same. If you guys watched last week's film session, we showed you this. We showed you where these big blocking tight ends ended up coming out here and doubling down into this twins bunch look. We've shown you this. They did the same exact thing. They did it last week against Kentucky. They opened the game, first possession of the game last week against Kentucky in this same stuff. So now, does Nolan Smith have coverage responsibilities out here? Yeah, kind of. But is he really more out there to be physical and stop this screen that's probably going to come? Most likely. That's what he's really out here for. All right, what I want you to watch here is number 92 and number 25. Okay, remember when we talked about earlier setting the edge, keeping your shoulder square, keeping that outside arm free? Both of these jokers do it. Julian Rochester, boom, big explosive hit. Quay Walker gets a pulling guard that's inserting into B gap. Boom, big explosive hit. All keeping their outside shoulder free, all turning the ball back inside, all forcing it to big Jordan Davis in the middle. Okay, when you hear guys on the television talk about Jordan Davis making this tackle, all good. But when you turn the tape on, it's really Julian Rochester and Quay Walker forcing this side where he's got help. It's all about playing. This was what made me tweet how enjoyable it is to watch Georgia play defense. They literally do not get things wrong very often. They play so fundamentally sound, so gap sound, things like that. And when you hear Kirby Smart talk about, like, after the Kentucky game last year, about how undisciplined they played in terms of gap control defense, he was really probably only talking about 2 or 3 snaps, because that's how much of a perfectionist, that he is. They did let the linebackers feed there, Rob Dog. The boys were getting after it. Where are we going next? All 511 here. It seems like my StreamYard comments are a little delayed, so I'll try to get to them as much as I can, especially when we're in skipping mode like this right here. We'll address this question here in a second. Where are we going? We're going to 4511. Told you we were going to do a lot of skipping tonight. I'll try to split these up next time, but I really don't have time. All right, here's the question from James Barfield. Thoughts on your safeties having your most tackles on your defense? Is that a bad thing? Look, here's the deal. Georgia plays a ton of cover 3. They play a ton of cover 1, which means an additional safety is in the box. So when you've got safeties like Richard LeCount, when you've got safeties like Lewis Seen, even last year when you've got safeties like J.R. Reed, those guys are down around the line of scrimmage a lot. So that's one reason why they're making a lot of plays. Two, almost every safety that's played under Kirby Smart, even dating back to his Alabama days, is extremely instinctual. They coach those guys up really well to get where they're supposed to be. The third thing is they pass the ball a lot nowadays in college football. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to get a lot of safeties making plays to save touchdowns. You're going to get a lot of safeties bringing wide receivers down when the ball is actually completed. But the other part of it is Georgia's safeties play in the box a ton, or on the verge of the box, if you will. John Barnett, Shorter University. Here we go. We talked about communication as a key to win, right? Watch Mark Webb right here when they go to check this. Okay? Nakobe turns around, looks at the sideline. Watch him. He's like, hey, puts his hands up here in a second. He's like, hey, what do I do? Mark Webb looks to the sideline, gets the call, gives him the check. Okay, I don't know what the hand signals mean, but Mark Webb's giving him a check right here. Now, DJ Daniel about gets torched right here, but hey, sometimes we got to hope that the offense misses, right? This is the only time I really saw Anthony Schwartz get behind Georgia on Saturday. Now, I'm going to tell you what. I did a personal breakdown on Azeez Ojulari, just him. We sat down and we watched all of, I think 3 full games on our YouTube page of just Azeez Ojulari from last. I think we took a look at Tennessee, Florida, and Baylor. This dude looks like a completely different football player this year. Looks a lot more explosive, looks a lot more bendy around the edge. Yeah, we're going to hit this as well, P. Rich. I'm glad you mentioned this. LeCount does blow a coverage play. But it's LeCount being, I don't think he blew it. I think he was, guessing, if you will. I didn't see this bend very much from last year from Azeez, and even that little, and some good hand fighting skills here too. Watch him slap hands. Boom. It's good stuff. Let's show the tight because you'll see what my boy P. Rich is talking about right here. Okay? Watch Richard LeCount come flying through your screen. Boom. Okay? He thinks Bo Nix, he's just being instinctual. This is what he does. They're in cover 1, so Richard's got the middle of the field. He's coming down because he thinks because Monty is getting beat on this deep over right here. So that's why there's no safety in the middle of the field. And watch it from the top. You'll see Seth works all the way up from over here and gets one-on-one with Monty, and Richard just bails out. This is the stuff you've got to it's got its gives and its takes with Richard LeCount, okay? He plays this way, and most of the big plays that he makes are because of things like this. Call it guessing, call it playing instinctual, call it whatever you want. This is the reason he is as successful as he is. Eric, I appreciate you, brother. You don't have a question, just appreciates me making these videos. Look, guys, I'm going to do this the remainder of the season. There's some other things going on in my life right now that will come out a little later on. I'll be the first to tell you guys when it happens. But I plan to do these forever. As long as you guys accept this and like this stuff, we're going to do this. Now, when I say things are going to be changing, things will come out later this month, format might be changing because I may or may not keep getting strikes from YouTube. So if that's the case, we might have to go somewhere else. But if not, we're going to keep rolling these things as long as you guys like them because I like doing them and you guys like seeing them. So I'm going to give you what you like, basically, is what I'm trying to tell you. All right. 45-56. Very next play. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I say well coached. This is a sophomore out here playing defensive end, which if you guys been reading Dogs Daily all summer, you know that we told you Trayvon Walker is going to be playing defensive end this year for Georgia and spilling Malik Carey and give him a little break. And this is exactly what he's doing. Now, he knows this tight end is eligible. This is this big joker over here, this 6'2", 300-pounder looking like me playing tight end. Watch Trayvon Walker hold him at the line of scrimmage. I'm not letting you go anywhere. Now, he lets him catch the football, but this is a design screen. I call this the Travis Kelce screen. Everybody and their mama's been watching Kansas City in the football world, myself included. This play hits to Travis Kelce 9 times out of 10, except instead of Anthony Schwartz, they're running Tyreek Hill in motion. instead of Tank Bigsby, they're bubbling Clyde Edwards-Helaire down here to the bottom. So all they're really trying to do is crisscross you. Get everybody going this way, everybody looking at the crisscrossing, and then they're trying to hit the tight end right in the middle of all that junk and all that motion. Well, the only way to stop it is hold them at the line of scrimmage. Boom. Hold them at the line of scrimmage because they're trying to get it to them. You know how I know they're trying to get it to them? Watch the big jokers release for the screen. Tackles out, centers out. 71's trying to do what we call a peel back block, but Jalen Carter's a grown man. Look, I didn't even see this upon first watch. Watch 71. He's trying to do what we call a peel back block, where you're basically peeling back, trying to get a big shot on somebody that's trailing the screen. Watch this right here. He catches Jalen Carter completely off guard. This is almost a targeting. Whoa. James, I got to stop right here. James, dude, I appreciate you, brother. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I appreciate you for appreciating it, James. I might get you a T-shirt or something. I'm gonna make some T-shirts. We're gonna get some merch, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna get some merch. But back to Jalen Carter right here. This is an absolute grown man move. He throws that dude up out the club. I love that. But I really love Trayvon Walker right here and the pursuit. Devontae Wyatt getting back into the football play right there. That's just a great all around from everybody. My boy Steven Closer and Bryce Kuhn. There's some good people right there, James. There's some dang good people. Sorry, y'all help me out here with the using of the D word. I was told by one of our viewers that his son, he's trying to put his son on the YouTube page to teach him some football. Dad, I apologize. I got one in there. I need to clean my language up too. So you guys hold me accountable as we go through this stuff. All right, 46-42. We got to stay on our feet. Adam Anderson. All right. Everybody wants to talk about how, Adam Anderson ain't really put on weight. He ain't got much bigger since he got to college, yada, yada, yada. They want to talk this. They want to talk that. This dude's powerful. He may just look like a pass rusher, but he's got some power in his cleats. And here's an example right here. He's going to throw this left tackle up out the club with one arm. Now, does he fall on his face? Yes. But does one arm throw this dude up out the club? Absolutely. That is strength right there from number 19. Pops right back up and gets after it. What I also love here is they're trying to get Warren Brinson a shot right here. Watch him. They got Aziz lined up all the way out here. He's going to spike. Warren Brinson's going to take the attention of the center and then wrap all the way back around. And they almost hit it because they know when you watch Bo Nix on film, he's more prone to avoid out to his right, things like that. And it's exactly what he does. Warren Brinson's right there to get the quarterback pressure. But I just wanted to show this clip because I think a lot of people, they just think he's a pass rusher. They don't know if he's going to be able to yada, yada, yada when he gets to the league, things like that, whatever. Let's go all the way to 55-40. And when we get there, I'll pause and take any more questions. So feel free to throw them in. This is the longest coming up. This is the longest drive Auburn had, I believe, all day. This one's like 10 or 13 plays. And we're moving a little quicker tonight because, again, Georgia just wasn't on the field very much defensively. All right. Now, remember what I told on Twitter? I said it took me 24 minutes of game time to find a single error fundamentally. This is the error right here. 6 minutes left in the first half. Watch Tyreek Stevenson. We talk about wanting to set the edge to force running or ball carriers back inside where your help's at. Tyreek tries to be a hero right here and doesn't quite set the edge. Look, he's got outside leverage. If he's playing this correctly, he'll take shoulder and hit it on the right shoulder of this tight end that's arc releasing out to him. But watch, he sucks up inside. So as soon as he sucks up inside, what does Tank Bigsby do? Tank Bigsby bounces, and now we've actually got a plus play. Now, it's not the greatest play in the world. They didn't take it to the house. The world's not ending, things like that. But if he comes downhill like he's supposed to and sets the edge, look at all the help he's got. Monty Rice is a free defender right here. I believe he's the one that ends up making the tackle. Quay Walker would probably slip off and make this tackle as well. So we've got to be a lot more aware of what's going on outside. And again, this is the first mistake I've seen made fundamentally. Now, it's really hard to see the backside, but fundamentally, this is the first they didn't set the edge type of stuff I've seen from Georgia's defense tonight or Saturday night. I'm going to tell you what, 59 had a bad day. Just a bad day. He was not ready for that smoke. You are getting ahead of yourself, Jonathan, but I appreciate the contribution to tonight's show. He wants to know about Chris Smith and the thoughts on how he played. We're going to address that. Like I said, we're finishing with Mark Webb's interception. That's a full quarter worth of Chris Smith. And I've got 3 or 4 notes. He played a little passive, but he got a little more comfortable. And it's set. I would be playing passive too if I'm getting my first game experience in God knows how long. So where are we at here? Oh, another one. This is another. I think this is a mental error. I don't really know what this is from Nolan Smith. I literally in my notes it says, "What is Nolan doing?" Nolan's lined up right here. They're going to give a read option like bubble screen motion right here and bubble screen look, and he dives in on the read like a bat out of hell. And I really don't know what's going on because I'm sure he's probably got the flat right here. If not, he's probably supposed to read through the key right here, which is the tight end, through the backfield, not just dive in on the read. Maybe he was on a blitz. That's why I have to ask, what is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. He's not prone to really bust assignments. So for this to happen, it's just a little bit confusing. And it's an easy first down for Auburn because there's really only one defender out there before Richard LeCount comes diving down. Now, we talked last night about an NFL guy in George Pickens. He's going to play on Sundays. So will this guy. I saw Seth Williams do this multiple times blocking this weekend against Georgia. He takes 2 guys. And watch the effort that this dude's blocking with right here. He goes out, stock blocks 14, drives him down the field, sees Richard LeCount coming down, comes off of his block, and sticks a lick on number 2 as well, allowing his ball carrier to get another 4 yards. That's a guy blocking with effort to me. And I saw this several times watching this tape from number 18. That guy can play for me. So can Pickens because of what he can do with the ball. All right. Simple little, yeah, he might be holding there, Tim, for real. I don't really care. It didn't get called. You ain't holding unless it gets called. Those are the rules. I didn't make them. All right. So Bo knows he's getting blitz right here. All right. Now, what happens is he sees Tyreek Stevenson. Watch his eyes. Let's back it up just a little bit. Boom. See him pointing at him. He's seen safety rotation. He sees the leverage that Stevenson's playing with. He's now told his running back that he's got this guy right here. Again, Bo Nix is tuned into these things. He just doesn't execute well. But again, or he didn't Saturday. How are you expecting him to execute when he's getting, defensive linemen in his face all night? So what Bo knows is that there's man-to-man out here. Tyson Campbell locked up with Seth Williams. Richard LeCount now locked up with the inside slot. So if he's got man-to-man, he knows the safety's not going to be helping over the top. What's he going to do? He's going to give his guy a shot on 2nd and 4. Now, this is a pass interference from Tyson Campbell. I know everyone wants to know why. It's simple to me. The ball's underthrown, just like Kirby said. Again, Kirby's one of the best in the business. The ball is underthrown. He doesn't allow Seth Williams to get back to the football. Now, if he had turned around and fought for the ball himself, probably A, would have been picked the ball off, but B, he wouldn't have gotten called for pass interference. But since his chest is chest to chest with Seth Williams, and he's not fully turned around fighting for the ball, he's not allowing the wide receiver to fight back to the ball. It's an easy pass interference. But hold on. We're going to talk about corner technique right here. I think Georgia teaches this. I really do. I think their DBs and all these guys are trained to play this way. It's the reason why in man-to-man they don't have a bunch of ball production. Really, if you look at the interceptions that Georgia has at the cornerback position, a lot of it's in zone coverage. Like the interception that Eric Stokes had last week was in zone coverage. He had his chest to the quarterback. It's not that these guys don't have great hands. I think they're taught to play through the wide receiver, just like Campbell's doing right now. Get inside those hands and disrupt the ball, dislodge the ball as it's thrown. Now, the very next play is a great, even better picture of it down here at the bottom to DJ Daniel. They take another shot down here to Seth Williams. Now, we're going to get a bunch of slow-mos from the guys out there at ESPN, so I'm going to jump right to them. So you've seen this shot, I'm sure, already. But look, this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying fighting through the ball. They like to face up. It's almost like face guarding at the cornerback position. All of them do it like this. They like to face up and then dislodge the ball with both of their hands or one of their hands. This is a great job by DJ Daniel of doing exactly that. See what I'm talking about? They face up and they dislodge the ball with their long arms. If you notice, all of Georgia's corners, almost all of them, are real long-armed individuals. DJ Daniel, long arms. Eric Stokes, long arms. Tyson Campbell, long in general. Jalen Kimber can tie shoes without bending over. Like that type of length, and this is why. This is the type of style that they like to play. Get those arms in there, dislodge the ball, and you can only do that if you're chest-to-chest face guarding guys. This is just the way they play. I don't know why. Kirby has a reason for it, I'm sure. All those guys, Warren, Charlton Warren, he has a reason for it. This is just the way they coach it up. Where are we going next? 59-30. These were the two look, everybody's going to talk about Azeez Ojulari's sacks on Saturday. Everybody's going to talk about the two quarterback pressures, that kind of stuff. You're right, Rick Beach. It does work. That's why he does it. It works. They don't give up big explosive plays. They disrupt the ball. They have a lot of pass breakups, PBUs, stuff like that. That's exactly why. We got a Canes fan in here. How did you wind up in this? Here we go. Back to the film study. I love this from Azeez Ojulari. Not only is he going to come out here and reroute number one and lock up and just use physicality, but when you watch who lays this big hit. Boom. Azeez Ojulari pursuing down the field and laying an absolute lick on Tank Bigsby as he spins back in. Remember what we talked about, how to beat Auburn. All the communication, great. Playing with great depth, great. Control and personnel, great. It all ends in effort and pursuit. And that's what number 13 did right there. I saw this one live and I knew I had to, I jotted a note immediately. But here's the pass rushing schemes again. They're going to bump. I believe this is Jalen Carter back into an A gap. This center from Auburn is bad. Okay, he's just bad. I don't know how he does this. He just goes away. That's his backer. He's supposed to be picking up Quay Walker in A gap. The guy runs right into him. He's running right into his gap. I don't know what this center's doing. But Quay doing a great job pursuing. I love the way Quay Walker's played this year, but watch Azeez. He'll come into this picture. Wham! Big lick right there. And then the very next play, Auburn trying to rush to the line of scrimmage, get the ball off quickly. They get a blown assignment right here from the right tackle and the tight end, and Azeez lays another big hit on Tank Bigsby. Just a great series of plays from number 13 right there. We're going to get to the targeting call here in a minute. Actually, we're going to get to the targeting call right now. 102.03. Now, here's the deal. Y'all aren't going to like me for this, but this is targeting. It is what it is. Now, is it a bullcrap rule? Is it making the game soft? Is it, the way you used to play football and the right way to play football? Maybe. Okay. But by the definition of the rule, this is targeting. Okay. And to me, it's not even, he's a defenseless receiver, but watch the slow-mo. And nowadays, these guys have the ability to watch this in replay to make sure they're making the correct call. And watch it. So he comes downhill, and everybody wants to say, well, he led with his shoulder. Here's why that's a bull-ish cop-out. You know why? Because your head's attached to your shoulder, sillies. If you're leading with your shoulder, guess what's coming with it? Your head. You've got to get your head completely out of it when you're taking a shot like this. And it's impossible to do. That's why you're putting these defenders. That angle right there looks 100% like a shoulder. Now, this very next clip, this is why I say it's targeting. It's helmet-to-helmet contact. When they watch this clip right here in this cut, the first thing that touches number 11 is Richard's helmet. Okay, that head snap right there is exactly why it's called targeting. We got a Cruz Matheson asking the question of questions. Then what are you supposed to tackle with? In this situation right here, you're in a lose-lose situation. You have to do this. You have to go in here and disrupt this ball and dislodge this ball. Wide receivers falling down to the ground. It's just a lose-lose situation for the defender. But guess what? There are hundreds of lose-lose situations for the defenders with new rules put into play. I can make the same case for pass interference in the NFL, things like that. They've made the game much safer, but it's also made the game much easier for the offense, okay? We all like seeing points put up. It makes this really hard to do. But every once in a while, this kind of stuff happens. What's he supposed to do? I really don't know. And I'm sure coach is telling him the same thing on Monday when they watch the tape. Richie, I'm sorry. This is just, it's a lose-lose situation for you. Great play, great instincts, all that good stuff. In the NFL, they'll say the same thing, but except he'll stay in the game and they'll send him a $10,000 fine on Monday. That's the only difference. But you see why I see targeting? Because it's helmet to helmet. Boom, look at the head snap. When referees see that on replay, they have no other choice. They have to call it. I don't like it. I didn't make the rule. I think it's BS too, just like you guys. But by the definition of the rule, see you. $104.40. Oh, I know what this is coming up. Hey, you want to talk about setting the edge? Talk about setting the edge earlier. Watch Lewis Seen right here. He's right here. Now, this dude's known for hard hitting and playing fast. Boom. He just blew up this running back. This dude does not want to see number 16 anymore the rest of the day. Now, Lewis doesn't get credit for this tackle, but in my mind, he should. He just took out two bodies and played with complete reckless abandon. I don't think we get a tight there, but I wish we did. We're going to watch it one more time because it's just chaos out here on the top from Lewis Seen. Jesus. 105-21. Talk about pursuit, right? We've been talking about pursuit all night. This is a great job from Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, and Lewis Seen again. Now, I think they're running quarterback. Yeah, quarterback draw right here, or quarterback stretch. And look at these guys running. Now, they're reached. Auburn's got the edge. Stop it right now. Auburn's got the edge. But the only thing that's going to stop this from happening is Jordan Davis pursuing hard, Nakobe Dean pursuing hard, and Lewis Seen pursuing extremely hard. Watch how quickly they get to the football. Damn it. We're out on YouTube already. That sucks. I hope it comes back up. Oh, we're back. See, I waited it out this time. You know, and it's weird. They cut me out last time, but kept the feed on when it uploaded to YouTube. I'm sorry. Can't do anything about it, but there are things that we're going to change moving forward because this live stream is just getting too big, guys. You guys like it too much. I know, right? All right, best play of Tyson Campbell's career right here. Absolutely best play. I haven't seen anything like this. Now, again, if you guys watched this is why tomorrow's show is so important. If you guys watched last week's live stream, when you saw this play on goal line, you're probably screaming, screen to Anthony Schwartz, because we showed you last week that when Georgia gets in the red zone on defense, they love to go cover zero and bring pressure. Auburn knows it too. They ran this exact same play in the exact same situation last year against Georgia. The only difference was last year they scored. And here's why. Two things. Tyson Campbell playing absolutely like his hair's on fire. Damn it. We're cut again. We're going to keep it up for the Twitter folks. So sorry. If you guys want to head over to Twitter, I apologize. It's not going to cut us out there. Here we go. We're going to keep it up for you guys on Twitter. Sorry, YouTube folks. That stinks. The two differences, Tyson's playing like his hair's on fire. Two, They're running this into the boundary. I don't get this. If they want to run this play, they might as well run it to the field and allow guys to have a little bit more space. But watch numbers 3. Woo! That is a hellified tackle for number 3 right there. Fighting over the garbage, getting out there, and making an open field tackle. You guys in the comment are classic. We're up and back. We're up and back. We're up and back. We're out and back. We're out and back. Either way, I'm gonna keep it rolling, guys. I'm sorry. Here we go. 116.07 is where we're headed. Now, I said on my Twitter feed today, the best way to stop read options is to have athletic defensive ends that keep their shoulders square at all times. Well, Georgia's got a handful of those guys, and they do a great job of coaching them up to keep their shoulders square. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here in a second once we get to it. 116.07 right here. So they're trying to run a read option, okay? But look at Azeez Ojulari. He's shrinking the space. He's keeping his shoulders square. Now, Bo Nix pulls this football, and typically if this guy's not an elite athlete, Bo Nix is just going to outrun him to the edge. The only problem is Azeez got that. Forces the cutback, and look at all these red jerseys. That is bad news Bears. So again, athletic defensive ends that keep their shoulders square can stop the read option all by themselves, but they got to be freaks like Azeez. Because this is absolutely 100% licked up out here on the edge. We got an arc release right here from the tight end. That's what that's called, an arc release. And they get up to Tyson Campbell. And then Azeez forces it back inside. Yeah, you guys on YouTube, hit my Twitter. It's at Brooks Austin SI. Just hit there. Sorry. They're going to keep jumping me back and forth. I apologize for that. I love this from Trayvon Walker coming up right here. There's another play later that I absolutely love. Watch 44 in the pursuit that he has right here. He's all the way in that mess. He's about to come all the way back out here and lay a lick. Wham! You see them bodies fly? When 44 gets there, I'm going to pause it for you. All right, here comes 44. Watch what happens to Seth Williams. It doesn't look like a big shot, but it ultimately slings this body. Whew! I'm telling you, you take a couple of, 10 or 15 of those, and you ain't going to be wanting to see Twitter. You ain't going to be wanting to see Georgia anytime soon. It's a great pursuit. I don't know what type. Man, two of my favorite guys, George Pickens and Tyree Stevenson, probably had their worst games of their career Saturday against Auburn. What is this, 7? What is this, 7? I love him. And he's probably saying the same thing when he's watching on tape. What the hell is that? What am I doing? Here we go. 117.26. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Bo Nix, you ain't this good yet. You are not this good yet, Bo Nix. You can't do this. Look at this. Look at his footwork. He trying to, I'm playing shortstop to a T. And then he just an incomplete pass. Can't do it. You're not that good yet. Again, this is why you guys got to pay attention tomorrow. And tomorrow we shouldn't get cut from the feed because I own the footage that we've got coming tomorrow. But this is the staple we talk about in Auburn's offense. They're just running. Remember that 3-by-1, get the wide receiver behind the line of scrimmage, everybody up here block. They're all going to block. Okay, Seth Williams is coming down here to run behind the line of scrimmage so all these guys can block. Well, I'm telling you right now, Lewis Cines seen this all week. They talked about this all week because he's coming downhill to lay a lick. I don't know why they keep running this play like they think nobody's seen it before. Because if I ain't no genius, I know football. I guarantee you Kirby Smart a whole hell of a lot smarter than I am. But if that joker can see it on his film, I don't know why in the heck Gus Malzahn don't think they can see it. That's just, again, that's why tomorrow's so important. If you guys want to sound like geniuses when you're sitting at the bar watching the game on Saturday night or you're sitting in the stadium and you can call out plays like I do when I'm watching it on Saturday, just come tomorrow. We'll show you the good stuff. Because tomorrow we got some good footage, all 22 tape, with none of this stuff that ESPN keeps flagging me for on the tape. So that's good. 118.45 is where we're headed next. Now, I got a question about Chris Smith earlier in the football game. This, to me, is the exact purpose of, or the exact reason why I said I thought there was some indecisiveness. Now, he's really only about into what? He came in 3 minutes into the second quarter, and it's 3:30 in the second half. So he's really only been in the game for probably 5 or 6 game minutes right here. Watch this. This, to me, looks like indecisiveness. All they're trying to do is run a slot fade right here to Seth Williams. They're going to run a little hitch right here from, I believe, Eli Stove. They're trying to hit Williams on this. But this is indecisive right here. Oh, that's Lewis. Dang. That's on me. Sorry. It's indecisive from Lewis. Hey, how many times y'all seen this? Richard LeCount, if this were him right here, he's coming in to lay some daggum wood right here and stick his head into somebody's chest. It's probably why he got a targeting call, because he plays really aggressive. But what is that? What, the ball's in the air. Go make a play. What are we doing? We just gave up a 25-yard completion. Tyson Campbell's fighting his butt off to break that ball up. What are we doing? Get over there and lay some wood. You're supposed to be this big hitter everybody talks about. Go get over there and stick your head in there. If you guys haven't figured out, I talk exactly how my coach would, so I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat stuff. I guarantee you, when they're in the defensive film, it sounds a whole lot worse than this. I'm just speaking it how it is. That's all I am. If somebody's not giving effort, I'm going to tell you. If somebody's being indecisive when they should, they're made to be a hitting safety, then get in there and hit. Play the full game. 119.25 is where we're headed next. What do we got here? Great job by Malik Herron right here. A little minor coaching point. He recognizes stretch and quarterback rollout immediately. So what's he do? He gets outside. He gets outside immediately and doesn't allow Bo Nix to get the edge comfortably. That's just being really well coached. That's being really instinctual as a defensive end and running with them. If they want to go, beat them to the edge. I don't know what the heck number 3 is doing right here. That's boo-boo. What is that? What is that? Some fear. Some fear right there. Some more pursuit coming from our boy Trayvon Walker. I love the way Trayvon played Saturday. Look at him. Watch him. Watch this joker. Boom. Now, he doesn't force the fumble. I also love this from Mark Webb. This is why this dude's so important to me for Georgia's scheme and what they do defensively. Watch him. He gets in there, and watch how violently he goes to rip this football out. Boom. Gets in there. Pulls that ball out. Scott, I'm going to address your question, even though I already did earlier in the show. We hit that in the first half of the show. It did look like he led with his shoulder from one angle. The other angle, the first point of contact was the helmet. So, and here's the deal. Think about it. And what I was telling guys earlier, it's physically impossible. I think they should rule out that terminology because it makes it confusing and makes kids think they can actually lead with their shoulder. If I lead with my shoulder, what comes with my shoulder? It's literally attached to my shoulder, my freaking head. If I'm leading with my shoulder, this shoulder, what comes with it? My head. What's leading? My head. So they just need to get that terminology out of there because it's awfully confusing, not only for the players, but obviously for the fans as well. Love this from Mark Webb, but really love this from Trayvon Walker. It is amazing to me that this dude, number 23, was playing wide receiver in high school up in Philadelphia. Because this is ball hawk type stuff. This is like, I've been playing defense my whole life. I know how to create turnovers type stuff. This is, I'm trying to play on Sundays and create havoc type stuff. Not, I played wide receiver 4 years ago. It's impressive. And he's mad because nobody jumped on the football. Look at him. I'd be that mad too. Hey, you get the fumble force. You get the forced fumble though. Very next play we're going to show you is Trayvon Walker being an absolute animal again. Now, look, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that I've been talking about how athletic Trayvon Walker is for years at this point, it seems like. Hell, he was covering kicks last year, still covers kicks, and now he's on the kickoff return team. But watch this right here. Now, they're bringing blitz. I believe this is Nakobe. Nakobe's coming off the edge to set the edge and be in C gap. Watch what Trayvon Walker does. Oh, the back's releasing. Oh, now I got the back. I'm running with him. Everybody's seen this. It was all over Twitter. But to me, it's the instincts, one. Two, it's the absolute athleticism and freakish ability that he's got going on. Let's watch it from the tight. Now watch him. So we know he's an athlete. What most people don't know about him is obviously he's hella tuned into what's going on because he sees the back checking out and he knows he's got him. I mean, that's phenomenal. Also phenomenal blitz scheme right here. Quay Walker was all over the field Saturday. All over the field. I'm so glad they're getting that guy on the field. 123-16. Oh, here we go. I love this from Adam Anderson as well. This is called a ghost technique, young defensive ends, young pass rushers, for those of you guys watching. Why we call this a ghost? Because you're just going to dip up underneath. You're going to ghost him. He's trying to block you. You're just going to dip up underneath his hands. Who made this famous? Von Miller. That's who. How do you get it done? You have wicked freaky bend. I mean, you got to bend like you have no bones in your body. Like, that's how you got to bend here. I know YouTube keeps getting me. I'm sorry, guys. Watch him. It's called a ghost technique, getting up underneath the hands. He gets away with a face mask right there, does the right tackle. But as he's shooting your hands, you're dipping up underneath him. That right there is why Adam Anderson is on the field on third down. And honestly, I think that's why he's going to be playing on Sundays. KMC, I might be moving to Twitch. I'm sorry. Let's just go on. I think we're just going to call it a night here, ladies and gentlemen. I know we said we're going to get to Mark Webb's interception, but we're not going to. We're just going to end it here. So I'm going to figure out the YouTube stuff, okay? I'm sorry. Not really my forte. Look, I understand what they're doing. I don't own that footage. That's why we're on YouTube anyways, because it's kind of a foreign land. Somebody's reporting me. I'll tell you that right now. Somebody's watching it, probably don't like me, and they're probably reporting it, which that's okay. We're going to find ways around it because you guys love this so much that we're just going to have to find ways around it. Now, tomorrow night, I can promise you this won't happen. All this stuff right here, it won't happen. All this YouTube filing me or whatever, putting me on probation, shutting my stream down, it's not going to happen because that all 22 stuff is ours. Their logos aren't on it, so it's okay. But I don't get it till the end of the season, so that's the only problem. That's why we're watching game tape right now. I've been hounding my film guy up and down to get the all 22 stuff as fast as I can so I can bring it to you guys on these streams. So what I will tell you is I think we're going to choose another platform to put these Monday and Tuesday shows on, but you guys have got to stay with me now. You can't bail on me. You got to stay with me. If y'all love this stuff, I'll continue to do it, and we'll find ways to do it Monday and Tuesday, which is the most important thing, how they played the previous weekend. Tomorrow is also vital, like we showed you multiple times tonight. If you watched last Wednesday's show, you know exactly what Auburn was going to do. You saw them do it on Saturdays, and they got it licked up. I don't know what the heck that is on my arm. But either way, so tomorrow night's show, crucial. And then Thursday, we'll do Q&A. So I'm going to do something with this platform and make sure we don't get hung up on this type of stuff for all you YouTube guys. So hit me up on Twitter. I'll have the news there on that channel. So again, it's at Brooks Austin SI. For all you guys, feel free to follow me there. Love you guys. Really do. I really appreciate everything you guys do for me in terms of just supporting the content. And as long as you support it, by God, I'm going to do it. Look, all these notes, wrong way. All these notes that we take here, all these notes that I take, this is for you guys. This right here is for you guys. So I can bring you my knowledge, the little bit that I have, okay? And make it nice and simple for you, okay? So that's what we're doing. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Peace out.